My name's Alison Dehoney, founder and operator of Buffalo Go Green and Urban Fruits and Veggies. This is our urban farm. Our farm is 5 years old, and I started this farm because I wanted to provide access to local, chemical pesticide-free fruits and vegetables in underserved communities. We grow a variety of crops. We try to grow crops that are culturally appropriate to many folks in the Black and brown community. However, we grow for the entire community. So we have bush beans, green peppers, butterhead lettuce, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, thyme, chives, rosemary, sage, and basil. So even though we are urban growers, our overall mission is wellness. So we want to make sure that we grow healthy, nutrient-dense crops to help folks who are struggling with diet-related diseases have healthy options to either prevent or mitigate such diseases. One of the challenges of farming is, of course, pest management. And here at our farm, we struggle with slugs, aphids, cabbage worms, and swede midge. So an example of slug damage is when you have a beautiful leafy green that has holes in it. So that doesn't really look as pretty as a full leaf without holes. And then an example of aphids is really unattractive and has the effect of curling the leaves. So you see this leaf is really been damaged by aphids. The other pest that we really have a challenge with on the farm is swede midge. It is a pest that comes from Europe. It's persistent and difficult to manage. It causes, again, damage that reduces the marketability of our crops. So it causes curling instead of leaves that are nice and flat, and it causes this very unattractive scarring down at the base of the crop. So when when you want to purchase crops, you really don't want to have that look on your vegetable. And some of the ways that we've tried to manage swede midge is to reduce the amount of brassicas that we grow in this location. We do have a plot out at Providence Farm Collective where we have tried to grow the majority of our collard greens, which seem to the swede midge just seems to love collards. So one of the ways that we try to manage soil health and pests as well is through crop rotation. So for example, this used to be all herbs. We used to do our herb gardens here. And as you can see, we have kale growing in these two beds. So our system is that in January, we usually take a look at where everything was placed the year before, and then do a detailed rotation to make sure that we're not putting the same crops in the same place. And we usually do a 2-year rotation. So for example, there used to be peppers growing here, which we didn't put peppers here this year, and likely we won't do it again next year. Luckily, we do have enough space that we're able to do a pretty generous crop rotation. And with opening up our second location, we will have even more options for crop rotation and growing certain crops here and then maybe not at the second location, or at the second location and maybe not here. So there are a few ways that we manage disease and pest management in our greenhouse. I mentioned crop rotation, but then in addition to that, we release beneficial insects such as lady beetles and lacewing larvae. We also pay attention to how we harvest our crops. We make sure that we harvest from the bottom of the plant, which helps with and increases airflow, which helps with disease management. And then we also have airflow. We make sure that the airflow is steady, consistent, and coming from all angles of the greenhouse.